Hey everybody, excited to hear my voice again. It's Crimson here with DarthCaesar. We're bringing you a 2v2 match actually, and it's actually DarthCaesar and me, we're both playing. We're facing a blue Zerg with the name Nosepicker, classic.
Nosepicker.
And a red Terran, Zetherin. We're playing on Decina, and we are both Protoss, of course. And at the beginning I tell DarthCaesar to go double gate, just in case this Zerg tries to do some crazy Zergling rush. And from playing, we learned to always watch out for Reaper rushes. So one of us always goes Cybercore pretty immediately.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially with if you have double toss, one of the players needs to have an early Cybercore. Also to defend against just kill off an Overlord. If you're, for example, on Lost Temple, then you're gonna get, because it is so annoying to have an Overlord overhead and not being able to do anything about it.
That's true. It looks like we have a somewhat of a standard opening from every player. We have a small wall off from the red Terran player, Zetherin. And we have a spawning pool going up from the blue Zerg player.
That's interesting. He's putting it actually in the front as opposed to the usual putting it behind the mineral setup.
It looks like that used to be a popular thing in StarCraft 1 to use your spawning pool as a sort of defensive mechanism for any spine crawlers or any Zerglings you put up. But StarCraft 2, it seems they put it behind the mineral sacks more.
It's also important to remember that because of those little gaps between the minerals, you can come in from the back just as well as you can come in from the front.
That is true. Looks like we have Zetherin. He is going for a double barracks and has not yet produced any units. We have DarthCaesar. He is building his first zealot. He's rallying it to the center opposed to his the entrance to his base to protect me in case some Zerglings come, which I did scout and see as he sends 6 Zerglings up to the Zelnaga watchtower.
Now we'll be using that chrono boost to kind of try and increase the production of those zealots, because at this point Crimson will be going, he's just putting out his second gateway, but he is going to doing a quick cybernetic score to get those stalkers in play.
The text here, by the way, is what happened was it doesn't show in the replay, but I actually frequently have problems where connection is an issue and the entire screen freezes. But luckily this time it bounced back and I was allowed to play.
There's been problems on both our ends, and sometimes we're able to hold off by ourselves. Recently in patch 11, I believe, finally they made it so that the Protoss can actually build buildings besides pylons and nexuses if their ally leaves,
which is kind definitely of helpful. Because I don't know how many times DarthCaesar is dropped and I couldn't build anything from him, just use the minerals that he had.
Fortunately, generally I dropped relatively late on, so I had a decent base going that could get some production in. And at this point, I'm telling Crimson that he has control of all the units, so that he can control the entire army, because that way it could be more effective if it's being controlled by one mind, and it'll definitely be more effective. And we're probably going to be attacking the Zerg player here, because we did not see a Zergling rush, so we're assuming that he's probably teching up, and at this point he'll be relatively weak.
And we didn't actually know this at the time, but there was a Zergling kept at that Zelnaga watchtower, so he did see these units coming, and you can see at his base, he has a bunch of Zerglings being produced, which will hopefully deter any kind of attack that we send at him. I believe it was the better choice at this point to attack the Zerg player, because Zerg usually has a slightly smaller defense in the early game in the 2v2. only one spine crawler is up in this attack, which helps a lot because
actually there's 2 spine crawlers up from what I see.
Yeah, just the second one just popped up a little while ago, and it didn't really matter that much actually because it looks like we're going to be able to take down maybe at least one of these spine crawlers.
And from the back are coming in the Marines and Marauders actually, and they're going to finish off our little force.
But we did what damage we needed to, and we saw what we needed to, so we're probably going to send a secondary attack force pretty soon.
Right now I have 3 gates up and building a 4th one, so we'll be doing a beginning 4-gate build. We see 3 gates up here, and Crimson will be researching ground upgrade level 1. It's definitely going to help those Zealots and Stalkers here.
And I got up warp gate pretty quickly, so I already have 2 warp gates, the 3rd one being turned into a warp gate, and I sent that pylon out front, and we're looking at some aggression actually from the opponents and counterattack.
Yeah, my warp gate research is just getting finished, and the Zerglings are coming into my base. Thankfully though, our force should be able to finish them off pretty quickly.
And they are not focusing with those Zerglings effectively, because they're attacking just about everything, not even going for the mineral line. And the Terran player backs up just too much for anything, and I send out the force field to make sure he doesn't come up. And we successfully hold off this base.
So now, probably, this is the point at which we're going to start to either build up some defense. I see a forge going up in my base, so I'm probably going to want to build some of those photon cannons for our next attack. But we will be countering at the moment. Probably going against the Zerg player again, because we do know that all they send at us is Zerglings, so they're probably pretty badly defended at this point.
Yep, and I noticed I had a lot of latent minerals, so I just built I built 2 gateways and 2 pylons. It's always important to use all of your minerals, and I went ahead and built a nexus for expansion before I went out to attack. We have a nice unit composition. We have 2 sentries for force fields, and some zealots and stalkers.
So that spine crawler, I think we did take it down before it was able to do any damage to us. We'll be focusing to down the Hydralisk den at the same time as we're focusing down that spine crawler.
And those Hydralisks do come out, but I do believe that they will be little match for us.
The Hydralisks are probably pretty good against Stalkers, but we just far outnumber them.
And I actually use those sentries pretty effectively with using force field and not allowing the backup to come.
So we did some big damage here to the Zerg player, and we'll see. I don't think we're really going to see if he can recover from this. And the Terran player did finish off that little army of ours there. Now I did build a proxy pylon here, and I only have one of each kind of ground unit from the primary warp gate right now. And the Terran player will see this and will destroy this. But now we see his main unit composition is still composed of Marines and Marauders, and so we're going to try to use that to our advantage here.
Yeah, we don't think he has any sort of medevac or tank research at the time. So we're just going to assume that we can hold off with just the units we have right now, and we both have our natural expansion pretty well up and running, and we have I have 5 gateways, and DarthCaesar here has 4 gateways, and he's starting the Immortal being built from that robotics facility.
And at this point, Crimson is suggesting that I start getting a Colossus, so I should see a robotics bay going down here pretty soon. And there it is. The robotics bay is going to be going down, so I can get those Colossus out there, because Colossus absolutely destroy mass units. And we see that the Terran player does have a medevac now, and he's going to be healing up some of these soldiers.
Yeah,
we're just constantly pumping out units from these gateways.
A bad choice, actually, from this Terran player is to go ahead and stem those units while they are not attacking. 1 medevac is nowhere near enough to heal this entire army.